a hoot.
Yeah.
That's probably a hoot, and you can quote me directly on that. It's just, oh God, Miss Pat is exactly what you think, right? Like
Yeah.
what you see is what you get. She is herself all of the time.
The Miss Pat Show season 3 is now streaming on BET Plus. So what can fans expect from this season?
More excitement, more fun, more laughs, more life challenging moments that we all as a family deal with and get through. We get to see Pat, excel in her stand-up comedy. You get to see, myself as Terry, understand how to deal with asking for help and asking the kids to rally around situations and us working together to get things done. Go ahead, Britt.
Yeah, I would say, I guess speaking for the kids on the show, you get to see us deal with our mom's growing success and also what it looks like when she's away for an extended period of time and all the mischief that we can get into and get up to. And I would say specifically for Ashley, you see her trying to just navigate like her love life and accept herself more as she's gotten her family to accept her, but now it's time for her to look inward at herself. So that's the kid's journey.
So yeah, I'm glad that you all mentioned that because Dave and I want to ask you this. You mentioned that Terry has to deal with Pat's career ascendment and how that affects him. So how does Miss Pat's career impact him when it comes to what goes on in the house with the family and his career?
Well, for the most part, she's absent a lot. So that means that, I have to do things on my own and which I'm, as a provider, I'm pretty much used to doing. But at the same time, I'm always not willing to ask for help to understand how to, navigate through the situations that we go through. So as Pat's away, there's a lot of situations in this season that one deals with and wherewith, her being there would help to, get through those situations. But as you're going to see everything unfold, we, as we do in our style and our show, we find a way to adapt and move on with life and learn from the situations that we go through.
And Brittany, you talked about what Ashley goes through. We saw at the end of season 2 where Pat finds out that her girlfriend is cheating on her. And while Brittany doesn't believe it at the beginning of season 3 or in the early stages of season 3, she finds out. So how much have you liked Brittany's or Ashley's character arc throughout these past 3 seasons?
You know what? I've been very excited and proud of her arc. I think, in season 1, we see her coming out to her family and specifically trying to get her mom to understand her, to see her, right? And then season 2, she has her family's acceptance, but now she's on a journey trying to place herself with the right person and, going through the ups and downs of love. And I think in season 3, you're going to see a bit more of that, but in a very comedic lens, her just trying to find her way, enjoy her single life and what that looks like. And also just being able to be closer to her siblings and be the voice of reason and be the big sister that's really more hands-on, I would say, in season 3.
Absolutely. And at the end of season 2, this question is for both of you. The show took on a very serious issue, abortion and how people react to it. So what types of issues are addressed in this season?
Wow, that's a very good question. For Terry, once again, Pat's away from home. So there's some situations that he deals with at work. And wherewith, there's something that happens to him. There's an injury and, he confides in someone that Pat definitely would not approve of. You know what I'm saying? So to understand how to balance her knowing that, hey, listen, you can always trust me. You can always know that, I have your back and I'm always going to find a way to get through things without, hurting you, to help her to understand that helpmeet is always going to be there for her. But as she's away, to deal with those situations and understand how to be with my kids and each one of them understand what it is about them, the situations that they're going through, and as a father, try to address those things. Ultimately, making those executive decisions as the parent in the house, but at the same time, understanding and listening to my kids. It's a great thing for parents to always to understand that you have to listen to your kids when they speak to you, because there are some important things and nuggets in their minds that you don't see, and their perspective of what they're going through. So to be able to work together and understand how that works is it could be difficult at sometimes, and you're going to see that happen. You're going to see Terry going through that injury and dealing with an addiction that develops out of it, and how his kids react to that, and how he deals with them, and what they have to do to get him, literally tie him down to get him to see, hey, Dad, we love you. We just want the best for you. Lean on us. We're here for you. We're here for each other.
I just love the journey that we've taken this season. And like I said, seeing like Pat go off and have success in her career, and how that leaves her family at home and all the stuff we get into. So it's really hard to say which one stands out the most. I think maybe the most legendary one would be, having Marla Gibbs be a part of an episode of that stands out in terms of her legendary contribution to the Black sitcom, as it were. So I would say it's, as far as stand out, it stands out for that reason, but they all stand out to me for various reasons.
I stand on that too, on the same tangent as Brittany. It's very hard to choose. Now, of course, I'm gonna be a little biased because it's our work, is what we do. It's, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there is something from the response to our show and the authenticity of it that creates the vibe that we are getting right now on the show, that makes it hard for us to decide on, hey man, which episode was the best one, was the best moments, because, for me, I feed off of every last one of them. There's something that becomes a part of my pathos from each and every last episode. And I think that's what brings people back each and every time to watch, to see what's going to happen, to see how our family deals with life situations. So absolutely. I'm sorry, all of them.
No, I like it. Nothing wrong with that at all. One last question before I let you guys go is, with Miss Pat being the co-star and executive producer and writer, how is it working with her these past 3 seasons?
A hoot.
Yeah.
That's probably a hoot. And you can quote me directly on that. It's just, oh God, Miss Pat is exactly what you think, right? Like what you see is what you get. She is herself all of the time. And I think it's been a joy working with her. And I'll also say, like, from a personal standpoint, I've also been so proud of her working these last 3 seasons, because coming in, like, she was the only one who didn't have a ton of acting experience. We're all coming in from the stage, the screen, et cetera, and building the show around her and her amazing story. And just to see her growth over these 3 seasons, like growing as an actor, knowing when to ask questions, all of us like chipping in to just help her and stand in the gap and be the support that she needs. It's just been really great. And I'm very proud of her to just see her continued growth, because she kills it. She really does. She kills it. And I'm always so proud when I see the final product.
I feel the same exact way. I'm a doting peer of Miss Pat. As Brittany said, she said it so beautifully, her growth in this process. She'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not an actor. And we like, I'm sorry, Miss Pat.
You're an actor.
You know what I mean? And to watch her growth through the years as an artist, as a storyteller, it's inspirational for all of us, I'm sure. And speaking for myself, definitely, especially playing her husband in those scenes where we work and do all of this deep material that we're doing. It's so much trust that we have with one another, so much chemistry. And she feels ultimately just uberly safe with all of us on set. Every day we come in, we feel safe with her. And this is how we grow as a company together. So her process is one of the best I've ever experienced as a professional. And like I said, she'd always say, hey, I'm not an actor. Like, well, you do stand up. That's some brave stuff. You by yourself on stage. Hey, listen, you're storytelling, sister. So to do it in flux with some players on set and us creating that chemistry and love that we have there is just beautiful to behold and to be a part of. And I'm blessed to be a part of this. So
Absolutely. Well, Jay Bernard and Brittany, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. Congratulations on season 3 and continued success to you guys.